Do you know what week is this week? It's Shark Week. So basically, this week we are going to review most of my sharks. This is not all. And this is not actually most. This is only a quarter of them. And we are getting new sharks for the 2023 Collecte series. I also got a new camera, so sorry if it's a little bit quirky. And thank you all for your views last week. It was not last week, basically a few months ago, and that video skyrocketed. It's literally the most viewed video in my entire channel. Welcome back, guys, to Shark Week. Okay, so basically I missed almost the whole Shark Week. Yeah, I didn't spend time making videos for Shark Week, and because I didn't have free time because of school. So sorry, guys, I'll spend my last 2 days of Shark Week with our sharks. This is the first volume, the sharks that are very like my favorite sharks. Okay, so guys, we're starting now and go. Okay, so first disclaimer, some of these are not sharks, they're rays. One example is a sawfish. Wait. Here, the sawfish. It's not a shark because its gills are under. This is also not a shark, although it looks like one. But it has a gills under it. So basically, these creatures are actually primitive rays. Rays used to have this format just like sharks. Here is a very inaccurate sawfish because it's got scales on the side and therefore looks more like a saw shark. I don't know what company produced this, but it says SH. I think that's like a knockoff of Playvisions or something like that. Here is a Scleech knockoff because I couldn't buy the real one, and that means that this will stay like that. These are one of my favorite wobbegong sharks, and it's the only wobbegong shark until I get another one from the obscurity of these sets. Something like this. Here is the megamouth shark. The wobbegong is also in the same play. Not the knockoff of the Scleech wobbegong. This is a different one, a very different company. So yeah, here's another one. Basically the same thing. Megamouth shark, a different one. This one is a male, which is surprising, but well, shouldn't be so surprised since it is from the China. They make obscure species such as this one, the frilled shark, which is another male from this claspers. Now, he is pretty well detailed and is my only frilled shark that I have. My megamouth shark is also another one that is only mine. We already covered the sharkway, but I wanted to cover it once more. It's because that I will replace this old sharkway with a new sharkway, and it will be quite different. I'll just replace this Collecte sharkway with a Collecte sharkway. It's old, dusty, and discoloration is everywhere, and that means, and I don't have the right paint. You can't also erase these parts, and I broke a part of the barbels, and that means I will have to replace this old sharkway with the new sharkway. But what makes my toy unique is the lack of paint right here. I really love this part. Still like the sharkway, it's still great looking, still looks new, but however, I'm changing it soon because of the defects and everything. It's 1 year old and my first collecting figure. Besides the sawfish. The sawfish is my second collecting figure I've ever bought, and they're both rays. Shark ray and the sawfish. They both look like sharks, but are rays, and I already told you that. Many people assume this one is a female, but it has a male. It is a male. Sculpted, its claspers right there. You can tell from the sawfish from the saw shark is because that the sawfish is much larger and doesn't have the mustache that the saw shark has, which I am showing you right now. And look, its funny face with its gills under it. I think it's probably a little bit hard to see, but sorry, I'm still adjusting to my cameras. Right there. Yeah, very nice one. Both of them have cloacas, and they're not the only rays right here. As in here, we have a very inaccurate looking sawfish. Makes sense since it was in the 1900s, made in the 1900s I think, and this is an exclusive toy that I only have. And I'll never replace it since I don't really like it, but I will never replace it as well since it's a exclusive figure that I will never get again if I try to replace it. The safari stingray, the shark's tube, not to be confused with the prehistoric shark's tube, which I found in this garage sale like AliExpress, which has a bunch of discontinued figures such as the sunfish, the prehistoric shark's tube, and so much more Kyoto and Takara figures that I want to access but I couldn't before, and now I can, but slight defect doesn't really matter as long as it's not very broken. Okay, pretty well detailed and nice, small sized. Here is a mako shark, the safari larger mako shark. The newer version is much better, and also the collecte mako shark, which is old, is also much better than this mako shark. It looks more like a very pointed snout, exaggerated blue shark. Speaking of blue sharks, here's one, which is small and is surprisingly a male. This model uses the Monterey Bay Aquarium one, and probably I will get that soon because it's still available. Alright, I'm gonna get this tiger shark. There are two of them from the ocean tube, and this is from the shark tube. They look very similar with different color scheme. Here is another one, this time hammerhead sharks. Nicely detailed and pretty well as far as the eye can see. Here is the formidably named gray reef shark, which I showed you in my shark tubes analysis video. This is actually a crocodile shark, but they used the wrong model for the gray reef shark, and that's why it's incorrectly named. Great white shark looks goofy and doesn't look like anything like a great white shark, except for its pretty large body, but as you can see, the fins are way too big right here. But still a pretty cool addition since it's an old figure, and it's also using the old model of the Monterey Bay one, or probably like the old Wild Safari Sea Life one. Whale shark, another one that uses the old models since the shark tube is old. It has 4 gills under it and at the sides. This is incorrect since whale sharks are sharks and not rays. So there should be 2 gills, not 4. There are no gills under its side, or maybe these are muscles. These where you put the gills, and whale sharks don't have 4. These could be muscles, but there also could be wrong because this is gills. Why would the whale shark have so much gills for? Here is the correct whale shark. It doesn't have gills under it. Okay, so small, slight inaccuracy in here. Leopard shark, not so accurate. Doesn't look like really much like a leopard shark, but still cool as my addition to the collection. Chapmay hammerhead is a very large one. I think it's very cool, especially that you can make the fins move as well as the mouth. It's still quite exaggerated and it's lacking an anal fin. Okay, which one? This one. A thresher shark, nicely detailed. You can you can see that leopard sharks, thresher sharks. This is a leopard shark. This is a thresher shark. I'm getting my words mumbled up. This is a thresher shark. This is the correct name, a thresher shark. And they have their tails almost like the caudal fin, the top one, almost the same size as its body, which is accurate. The real thresher sharks have this. Although this is an old figure and slight inaccuracy right here, there are only 4 gills. Correct fins, and yeah, proportionally sized. Pretty accurate. Here is just a random ray that I bought, a knockoff from Safari. It's not a real Safari figure, it's just a random figure from an Asian shop that I buy in Bali. And, well, surprisingly, nothing to do. It's just a cow nose ray and that's it. It's pretty well detailed actually. I'm praising the Safari one, not the knockoff. The knockoff only copied it. Pretty cute. Okay, one of my favorite creatures on the planet is a chimera. They're also known as ghost sharks, but aren't really sharks. As you can see, their gill slit is different from shark. Here is the gill slit. It's like having the carapace stuck on them. It's not called a carapace, but I just called it that because I don't know the name. Okay. It also has a spike in here. They live very deep in the sea. And these ratfishes, which are also named for chimera, is pretty alien, as you can see in the figure. This is a knockoff from the Colorado ratfish, I think. And look, claspers, and this is correct because this is a male. It should have this appendage. Pretty cool, right? Alright. Here is a basking shark. Very big. Correctly sized. And comparing to my Lego people, this is a really large figure. As you can see, the mouth is well detailed, it's a little bit sloppy, and the paint is a little bit weak. It's losing paint in here because it fell down, and it's 2021 figure. It's a female and more. We can talk about the basking shark video before that I made. You can check my channel, make sure to subscribe. And we also and also try to find every video for every perspective shark except for the cow nose ray, because I didn't review it yet unless I get the safari real cow nose ray. That would make it half the video. Right, this is one of the longest videos I made. Here is the whale shark, a second-handed figure that I will replace as well. And there is more information in the whale shark review video. So check my channel to get that one. It's pretty large, pretty great looking, and the size is great. But I wished that the mouth could have some paint in here, but well, it's a second-hand figure, so I don't expect much from it. Pretty cool, yeah. Now for the big surprise, here is the Chapman shark box, which is pretty cartoonish looking, and I think this is supposed to be a great white shark. And here you go. Here is a very exaggerated great white shark, and it's lacking an anal fin, and its body isn't proportionate. It's also a very big one, so this could be a male megalodon. Doesn't really make sense though, since megalodons would not have the appearance of a great white shark, since it's a pelagic swimmer and they're large, so it probably would make sense that they would have a rounder snout like the whale shark. Or the basking shark, actually. More like a basking shark. Pretty cool, but not accurate. At least you can open its mouth though. Here are a tiger shark and a random blue shark, which doesn't look like a blue shark at all. And this one is very poorly, lazily colored. Only its eyes are colored. And here is another one, pretty well made, but still kind of exaggerated, at least not as exaggerated as the great white. Still pretty cool though. They're one of my favorite sharks in my collection. Here is a mini shark. I don't know what species of this is, but I don't think it has any, since its fins are quite small. I think I have to research what type of fish is this. It looks like a reef shark though, a type of reef shark that could be swimming out in the reef seas. Do be careful, but do not think that it will eat you, since humans are more dangerous than sharks. Yes, humans kill 100 million sharks each year, according to the book. So yeah, who's the monster now, huh? It's pretty sad to know that as well. That is pretty great to look at this ray, as this is one of the only rays that I love so much because of its underside. It's great detailing, and it's pretty well made. I don't know, it just looks kind of good. It's Chapman, and here is the real one. Here's the original one. I don't know which one is this one, but yeah, here is the original Chapman ray. You may know it already, and I've already showcased this shark box in a previous old video. So yeah, that's probably everything for sharks. There's still some coral right here, but not gonna showcase that because those aren't sharks. They're like, yeah, these are seaweed. There's no corals. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Tomorrow we'll make a new video for Shark Week. Happy Shark Week, guys. Don't be scared of sharks, and be mindful that sharks are going extinct. So I encourage you to not eat shark fin soup, because that will endanger the shark even more. Even if you think they're mindless killers, they're not. As you can see, basking sharks are filter feeders, even though they are big and threatening looking, but they're one of the most harmless sharks in the planet. The whale sharks are also, and even the great white sharks can become tame, you know? So do not fret when you see a shark. Just stay in a distance and watch this beautiful creature swim in our seas before it goes gone. Without sharks, our oceans would be dead empty, and that means that we won't also have any flora, the plants that make the oxygen in the water, which means that everything would die. I'll tell you why. Without the tiger sharks, sea turtles would eat all of the seagrass, and then they would all die, and the seagrass are gone. And trees help the land to get some oxygen, but all of the oxygen came from the ocean. If you don't believe me, just Google search it right now. And basically, without sharks, the seagrass will be eaten by other smaller fish, and that means that it will make a devastation, and it will be our atmosphere will be more toxic for human to breathe, until that you have to wear a gas mask every time. And oxygen production will be very you don't want chaos to happen. So please respect the sharks, and happy Shark Week. Please also choose wisely and learn more about sharks rather than looking at shark attacks. That's not information, and that's just bad news. Thank you guys for watching. See you, and it's very long, the video, so I'll end it now.